These are the 6 reasons are how YouTube changed my life without earning a dime. Reason number 1 would be the ability to do things alone. When I was 20 years younger, which would make me 18 years old, I'm 38 right now, and I felt very uncomfortable going to either the movies or a museum by myself. Starting YouTube really forces you to do these things alone, whether you feel comfortable or not. And like all things, the more you do it, the more you don't feel taboo about filming in public. And as you get older, you realize, at least for me, I like my alone time. I like to do the things that I actually am interested in, and I really take what I'm doing with my time seriously. So while I used to go out all the time and my Fridays were consumed with a party or going to a friend's house along with the weekends, now things have completely shifted where I never go out, I'm always alone, and I'm constantly just thinking about what my next moves are, because I say this all the time. I am very hard on myself when it comes to the decisions that I make, because I'm very well aware that that makes all the difference in where your life goes. So the more you're able to do things alone, the more clarity that I find myself getting. And also, when you start getting super comfortable where it's within your natural nature to do these things in solitude, you realize you enjoy these moments more because you're not distracted by someone else. Everything you do becomes truly for yourself. The second reason why starting a YouTube channel might be a life changer for you. There's only one reason why I ever went to therapy, and this too was a very long time ago. I would spend the whole day at work waiting until 6 p.m. and this was when I was living in the city, in New York City. And then once the clock hit, I would get home, and if I did not have plans, which was unusual at the time, it's kind of crazy how things have completely shifted 180. And then I would get home and not really know what to do, and sitting in front of the TV at night trying to figure out what to watch, because naturally after working all week, Friday night is time to slow it down. I found this extremely boring. So there was nothing for me to get excited about, and that is a hole that YouTube now fills, where I am never bored anymore. Being obsessed with the platform is a must. If you are starting a YouTube channel and you are not obsessed with YouTube, I think it's probably a little bit harder to acclimate yourself, because it is very specific. There is a connection and a way to communicate to your community that is not the same on Instagram and TikTok. I find those platforms a little bit less authentic, and I'm sure you already know the process of publishing a video once even a week takes so much time that there will be no time for you to be bored. You may be upset or emotional about numbers, but that is not the same as boredom. With YouTube, you are constantly learning, and without it, there's no way for you to really learn outside of pretty much working for someone else. Trust me, you guys, you will find yourself so busy, and if you're not filming, if you're not designing a thumbnail or thinking or ideating, you will be thinking about it. It's just something that is on your mind. And then once the community starts, that is a whole other feeling of connection that, as you also know, is very important to us as humans, and just being generally happy. You're always learning from the process, which brings us to number 3, which is you will become a stronger person once you realize how much you are failing, how much you do not know, and how much you have to learn. Where every week, YouTube likes to tell you how well your video is doing when you first publish the content. And if it's a 9 out of a 10, you start to feel a certain type of way. While if it's a 1 out of 10 and you're getting views unlike you've ever gotten before, which for a small channel like me, if I'm getting thousands of views, that's very uncommon for me. And I know that already. Do not feel happy. Just keep going, because I know that me not hitting that number the same way for the next video is going to affect me. So you just start learning how to deal with all the failings that happen with making a YouTube video, because at the end of the day, it's not a big deal. It's not that deep. So again, you see all of these YouTube thumbnails that say nobody cares. It's true. Nobody cares. Just publish and see and test. You will start to realize the ability to accept failure, not to take it personally, and just look at the numbers and assess. That is a very, very valuable skill. The fourth reason is accountability. If I were to make a video about a glow up, that is something that I need to be accountable for. That means that I need to show myself going to the gym. That means that I need to show some sort of a transformation. And if I'm not accountable for that transformation that I am telling you guys that I will be doing, then there is no video and there is nothing to go off of. The ability to show up every week, that is an accountability within itself for all YouTubers. So accountability becomes something that you gain within yourself, and then you start trusting yourself more and more. If you say you're gonna do it, you do it. And if that feels easy, that's the true win. As someone who does not go out, as someone who does not have many friends, close to zero, the reason why my community is so important is because without them, I would truly feel so alone. I would not have anyone to really relate to and anyone to go back and forth with. So my community is extremely important to me, and you already know because you hear it from every YouTuber, but every single comment, every single like is extremely important. And we're moving on to the last reason, which is, you guys, when I was working as a freelancer at an agency a while ago, I was there as an art director doing graphic design work, and there was someone else working in the film department editing all of the videos. And when I saw his day rate of, I believe, $1,200, and he was working there every single day like I was shocked that that is a normal rate on the lower side of things. At least if you're working at a super high-end agency in the city where clients are along the lines of like Pepsi, Verizon, companies in that realm. The reason why I mentioned this is, with YouTube, if you're using Premiere Pro, programs and software that agencies also use, you will sharpen up your skills without even knowing it. I am going to be honest with you, back in the day when I first started, and my background is in graphic design. Video content was very foreign to me. I did not know how to edit, film. I did not know how to do anything. But as you start making these videos, as you start getting a little bit more comfortable with the whole thing, you realize, wow, there is so much you now know, and you start to learn something new every single day from every single video. And I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that YouTube is something that is not going to affect all of your time or be just a little blip within the week. YouTube is completely consuming, and it is something that will be floating within the gist of whatever you're thinking about and whatever you're doing. But if that is something that you have the mental space for, which means that you are someone that is not occupied with a million things, someone that has a relatively stable life, and truth be told, more alone than not, I truly think even at the age of close to 40, YouTube may be something that you may want to consider.